trying to put up a clip. It is a clip of Asari, Alaji Asari, who is also sending his own money to on this with a Wike Fubara thing. I'm so sorry that I had to put it up midway. So let's we'll come back to that too. This afternoon, we shared, or should I say, I shared the expression of Babajio of Redeem. And I intend to actually reshare that with the larger audience tonight. Okay. And that is where we were told that asking God or asking pastors to give accounts of what they used the tithe for could actually bring a curse on you, because Redeemed Church God does not like accountability. But anyway, a lot of people have kind of felt like, you know what, don't be deceived. Okay, this whole thing is just a sort of a brainwashing. Okay, trying to kind of condition the mind of the people, implant fear and others. You will react to it too later tonight, but watch it again.
I told you that at a time, 4 of the real billionaires in Nigeria were in this family. And pride came because they were, the tithe that was coming to the main church through this family was hefty. By that definition, of the time. All of a sudden, a handful of the big men, not the ones I mentioned, wrote to me and said, every month you must give to us an account of how you are spending our tithes. I said, okay. What they're asking for is all right. They're simply asking for transparency, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I say, however, I have gone through the Bible. I have not found a place where God spoke to Moses and said, every month you must give an account of the tithe of the children of Israel to them. So I said, all right, I will do 2 things. Number 1, I will prepare a detailed account of how your money is spent, including if we buy a bottle of Coke for first-timers. I will put it in a file. And every month, when you people come for the Holy Ghost service, that file will be on the table. I won't give it to you. I will put it on the table. Anyone who wants to see can go and read. But make sure you wait till I have left the room. Because I know everything that we are doing on earth is being recorded in heaven. I don't want my God to say, you are the one who handed it to them and you were there when they were reading. And I did that. Number 2, I told the treasurer, from now on, any tithe that comes from this family, don't add it to the rest. Put it aside. Let me find out if the God who sent me can run his church without these people's contribution. I'm talking to you now like father and special children. Nobody had ever had this one from me before. So for 2 years, how many years? 2 solid years. Every kobo that came from this family was kept in a separate account. Let me just find out if God is bigger than the biggest, richer than the richest. It was when Ababa came. So you can check all these stories, the people involved are alive. Professor Ababa came from Ibadan. I sent him here. When I say here, we were only one branch then, just the family. And then, after he's been in the church for some months, he came to me. He said, the people are complaining. The people you asked me to go and join, they are complaining. What's the complaint? They said things are not going well. And they have found out that they offended me. That's why contracts were being cancelled, all manners of things were happening. I said, I'm not quarreling. And God knew. I wasn't quarreling. I just ignored. I pray in the name that's above every other name, what you will do that will cause God to ignore you, you will never do it. If you have done it, may the Almighty God forgive you. Anyway, he then said, when you knew this was a problem, why did you send me? Why did you send me there? I said, I didn't know anything was happening. I was just trying to prove how gracious God can be to me. Then we reconciled. It wasn't everybody that offended. It was a handful. People who thought that they are cleverer than God. And they brought problem to everybody. It will interest you to know that every one of those involved in that little group, they are no longer in the church. And they are not where they ought to be. Let me just put it like that.
Pastor, pastor. Àwọn ọmọ ìjọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dídá o, ìpápá ẹ̀dá orin. Jẹ́ kí wọ́n báìbù tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ gbé sàgbé tàbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ wípé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dídá ayé bàjẹ́.
Ayé bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. Again, I will leave all of you to react to that. That's Baba Gio, okay? Let's go back to Rivers, where I think somebody said something this afternoon, and they said something like a lot of people are waiting to take their pound of flesh on Wike by siding with the Fubara. So it's going to be a showdown. Okay, here is Alhaji Asari. It may be boring, okay, but please watch it, right? It's about 5 minutes. Where it's more than that, but I kind of cut it down. So Alhaji Asari has this to say, especially for the 4th time. This is going to be the 4th time that Alhaji Asari is issuing warning to Wike, Tifnumbu, and the Nigeria government over this Fubara Wike crisis or face-off. So watch this, please.
How can you humiliate a governor to the extent to which both the PDP and because this man got River State money? You see, yes, Wike is really daring the people of Rivers State. And whoever is supporting him, wherever he's getting his support from, they are really daring the people of Rivers State. And I have said it in my video before, until we reach the point of no return. Those who are encouraging him is that he's singing, Ndebai. He goes to give them money, they collect, and they are supporting him. Ndebai, they are supporting him. Look, one people you don't dare in this world are the job people. It's everywhere. You don't dare us. So whoever is supporting him and thinking that it's okay to dare a job people, it's okay to make a job people, is everywhere. They gave him Rivers State. He's the one that makes all the nomination, all the appointment in Rivers State. He's the one that makes nomination, all the appointment in Bayelsa State. So they now hand over Rivers State and Bayelsa to him. He's now our overlord. Tinubu now gives him Rivers State and Bayelsa. No other person. Tinubu Silva is nobody. I am nobody. Ten Jacques is nobody. Dakuku Peter Asari is nobody. For him to win election. And nobody is going to allow Nyeso Wike to do the things he used to do. Nobody will allow him to do it again. Nobody. The governor had come out that internally generated revenue, IGR for Rivers State, is now 25 billion, up from 12 billion, which the governor is even being economical. When the governor came in, they were giving him a paltry sum of 6 billion. When the governor came, the governor is being economical with the truth. When the governor came, they were giving him a paltry sum of 6 billion. Now, with all the structures they want, he has lost, is the money of Rivers people that he was collecting. What different did he go? The money had always been collected, even more than what is being collected. We are hearing now. And one man was pocketing all these monies and using it and throwing it around, using it to buy people. Because it was not possible for him to buy us. When he crosses the line, we tell him, yes or Wike, you have crossed the line. And we walk away. I had very robust relationship with the governor, with Nyeso Wike, even before he became governor. Whenever I go there, $30,000, $30,000, $20,000. Sometimes I will be in the house, whether it is dollars that they send me through Anila, sometimes they will send me, Anila will bring 20 million naira for me. Anila, I'm calling names, so Anila will bring 20 million naira for me. So, when people ask me about Nyeso Wike, most I don't want to talk about him because I know that there is an expiration date. And then for every Pharaoh God created, he created a Moses for him. For every Goliath God created, he created a David for him. And one day, his David will come. And one day, his Moses will come. He is now playing God. He's dead on arrival. All those things they are doing. There's nothing anybody can do. I advise my friend
out. I am telling Wike, all this noise will end one day. People you see that they are supporting you, all these boy that are following you within your party, all these small boy governors, you know the small boy governors that are following you, you will all perish together. Just to tell you that I don't belong to any party. I belong to whatever Lord says that I deliver. That is the way God reveals. You keep watching. Nigeria should know today's date and see what will happen at the end of the day. The noise of wicked does not even get to heaven. It's just a nonsense noise. So mind you, you better change and confess your sins and ask for God's forgiveness. Wicked, there's a blood in your hands. Too much of blood. So this noise you are making, they just eat you small and you begin to cry. If not really cry now, more cry is out.
Because Asari is somebody that you shouldn't befriend, and sometimes you shouldn't, for any reason, be his enemy too. But whatever this is, whoever is paying, Asari will side with whoever is paying. In this case, Fubara is paying, and everybody will queue behind Fubara. And you see all this advice is flying everywhere. Even with the Wike himself, I mean, normally he won't even take it in and believe that it's over. But it will not go down without a fight. I want them to fight. Remember what I told you about how these guys are going to self-destruct. They will weaken themselves from within. And we are just going to finish the work. Yeah. So the whole destruction of these people is going to be done by them. So they will first destroy themselves slowly, slowly, and slowly. So when the people are now kind of fully ready, enlightened, awake, you just go out there and finish the work. So when I see them fight themselves, I don't see them and be happy. No. I want them to tear themselves, destroy themselves. Because they will have to. And just like we told you, the breakup of Nigeria is going to happen from within, not from without. Those of them who believe that Nigeria can never break, is non-negotiable, is this, the blah, the blah, the blah. Their actions every day is pointing towards one direction. They should continue. One morning they will wake up and the entire place will be up in smoke. The entire country. So me, I will kind of encourage them. And sometimes we kind of go, we hold our hands and say, we need to anybody to pass upon, we can stop. Go better for you if you ever try to make them stop this madness. Don't let them stop. Okay? Because they stopping is what will prevent the end of Nigeria. They have to continue. They will have to continue to the point whereby they will begin to have the sense of, sense of a conqueror. The sense of power. We are conquered them. What can they do? They don't have any noise. Now, noise they will be making. Talk. They will never have any power to free themselves. That is a false sense of victory or sense of control. That's why you have to encourage them to destroy themselves. They have to continue. You see all these policies that are pushing the rest of you into the extreme end of poverty and all of this that you are witnessing in Nigeria as a failed country. They are ingredients that will help us spark the final finishing. But first, it will start with them. As much as they are united, our victory, our freedom is really, really going to take a while. So wherever you see them, stop saying, it doesn't matter though, but when I have them tearing themselves, I want them to do it more. until they finish themselves, and then we can finish the work. We will get to that stage though, right? So Asari Doku Dump said it was always given $30,000 by Wike. Even Bokwari, the mad Bokwari, was paying Asari Doku Dump over 300 million naira every month. And this is just because Yaradua signed a deal. In case some of you have forgotten, Yaradua signed a deal when he gave amnesty to the Niger Delta terrorists at the time. So the Niger Delta terrorists who said they were taking their own share of their crude oil that is being taken. But mind you, it was just like they themselves, not that they are actually taking anything to help their people. No. Asari Doku Dump became rich. He is a multi-billionaire. He has a university built from scratch to finish in Benin Republic. And he's just one Creek thug who had guns at the time. There are many like that. So what Yaradua did was he gave amnesty to them. So each camp, each group, you will tell how many people are in your command. So Asari, who was also commanding about 300 to 400 fighters at the time. So it was like substantial. That's what gave Asari the seat on the table. Do you understand? When they talk about Niger Delta militant, it's because back then, all you have to do is just gather the boys in your area, put them together. If you have enough money, buy guns, buy weapons, buy everything. And maybe, just pick up on some expatriate and get some money, or go collect security money from the oil installations in your community. This was what these guys were living off. Before it became a big thing, the Yaradua came. Nigeria was losing so much money from the sale of crude oil. So Yaradua wanted that to stop. So they now gave them amnesty. So in that amnesty, right, you will bring from your own camp now, how many guns do you have? How many boys do you have? Now all the boys, write their names. We're going to be paying them 50,000 naira. When minimum wage in Nigeria was 18,000 naira, Yaradua was paying between 50,000 and 500,000 naira a month to Niger Delta militants. Others who were interested in going to school, right? They were sent abroad. They call it amnesty program, right? So what they were doing then is that Asari Doku Dump and different camps like that, they get money released to them under that amnesty deal till tomorrow. And that was the solution that stopped all the pipeline vandalism, kind of the way it used to be. You see all this kidnapping, that used to be Niger Delta. But they don't kidnap people. They don't kidnap people of Niger Delta or anybody. They always look for Oyibo, expatriates. We take them, carry them inside the creek that Nigerian Navy, Nigerian government cannot reach. It'd be like, say, may you kidnap people, take them into Sambisa as a Boko Haram. That was what Niger Delta was like then. If they put you on that speedboat, okay, whenever they are coming, it's like you see all these Fulani terrorists that will come on the bike. And when they are coming, it's like a cavalry coming. That's exactly what the Niger Delta looks like. Baba, you can go online and see some of their videos about action. You can see like about 50 speedboats on water, 100 speedboats on water coming. As they are coming to attack oil installation or oil whatever, everybody waited there. Once they land, they will round everybody up, separate those ones who are Nigerians and those ones who are expatriates, foreigners, and then put them on the boat. So negotiation will start. $10 million. They know they collect naira. Niger Delta terrorists know they collect naira at the time. So anyway, cut the long story short, to settle them. So they had to cut the amnesty deal that they will give them some chunk of money. Those who want to work, those who don't want to work, just go there and collect your money. When Boko Haram came, Asari Doku Dump was collecting his money steady, despite the fact that he does fire Boko Haram on social media at the time. He was one of those who were like calling out Bokwari, but no, not even a single time. As mad as Bokwari was, not even a single time like this did they stop the payment of these guys, including Asari. Anton Polo, in fact, ended up becoming the one that is now guiding Nigeria water, protecting Nigeria multi-billion-dollar pipeline. The former terrorist is the one protecting the water, as well as right now in Nigeria, at the cost of 4.2 billion naira every month. Think of that. 4.2 billion. That's like over that's like that's almost a 50 billion naira a year. That's just a chicken change to what the guy is actually making from the oil bunkering. This is how they placate them, this is how they manage them. And Asari made his money there too. So when Tipnumbu was coming on board, Asari thought that would be an opportunity for him to now replace